On, we've seen Senator Gallagher ask questions of the minister in question time in relation to the economy. But the reality here is that the figures in this country around confidence, business confidence, is dropping. It is dropping so low that businesses, certainly in the north, have had to travel here to remind the parliament, to talk to the Prime Minister, to talk to ministers about the serious need for businesses, in particular in Northern Australia. The NAB chief economist, Alan Oster, says it looks like the tax cuts have had little impact on household consumption or have not been large enough to offset increasing weakness in the retail sector. Now, this isn't about hitting the government over the head consistently, just for the fun of it. It's the reality that people out there are desperately suffering from the fact the wages growth or lack thereof is impacting on family lives. Family lives. We hear senators stand up in this House to talk about the importance of having a family, of having a house, of being able to raise your children. Well, senators, let me tell you, there are thousands of Australians in this country who certainly want to do that, who desperately need to do that. But when they are on Newstart without any increase at all, when they are on CDP, the Community Development Program, which is $11 an hour, how can they? When people in our businesses, retail sectors, the workers who lose their penalty rates cannot look after their family, that is what you're talking about. The Australians who are missing out in this country, the Australians who need to know that this parliament, this government cares. Instead, you block your ears, you block your hearts, you close your eyes. You do not want to see the impact that withholding all that you do in terms of the amount of money that can flow to all these families across this country, you withhold that. And you give all sorts of reasons in this Senate as to why you should. You talk about your tax cuts, but we know that they are not being felt. We've heard from the economists. We've seen the data in August in relation to the wages situation. Let's have a look at the families on CDP in this country. 33,000 people. Now, we were told in the last term of government that you would find 6,000 jobs for those 33,000 people. Well, where are they? Where are those jobs? Because those same people are still on $11 an hour. How can they look after their families? How can they be able to afford the grocery, the power bills, to even put fuel in their vehicles? And now you talk about changes to other social issues, social payments, and you want to drug test them? You know, you are pushing the poorest people, the most disadvantaged people in this country, even further down, and you refuse to see it. If we are so successful in this country with the kind of surplus that you're pushing for, then it's not showing. It is not showing in the lives of these Australians. It is not showing in the infrastructure needs that we require in Northern Australia. Infrastructure Australia provides millions of dollars in Southern Australia. But in the north, where we are desperate for the support to be able to build the roads so that those people who live out on those farming properties in the Barkly, in Central Australia, over in the VRD region, so that they have good roads to get their cattle to market, to get the families to school. They're the Australians that we need you to focus on. So don't come in here and say that there isn't a problem with wages in this country. There is a very big problem, and you are continually enabling the disadvantage
Thank you,
of those
Senator
Australians.
McCarthy. Your time has expired.